Waverly J. Person, Black Geophysicist. Waverly J. Person is the first Black American to hold the prominent position of Director of the U.S. Geological Survey's National Earthquake Information Center. A respected geophysicist and seismologist, he was also one of the first Black Americans in his field. Today, in addition to fielding inquiries from news organizations around the globe, he spends much of his time encouraging minority students to consider the earth sciences as a career. Waverly J. Person was born on May 1st, 1927, in Black Ridge, Virginia, to the former Bessie Butts and Santee Person, who was a farmer. After completing high school, Person enrolled in St. Paul's College in his hometown of Lawrenceville, Virginia. In 1949, he obtained a Bachelor of Science degree from the school. His areas of study were general science and industrial education. Shortly thereafter, he joined the U.S. Army. His tour of duty included being stationed in Korea, where the conflict with communist forces had begun over the control of the island. Person left the Army in 1952 as a first sergeant and recipient of Good Conduct and Asian Pacific medals. Waverly J. Person and Sarah Walker Person were married on November 6, 1954. Upon his discharge from the Army, Person found that no funds were available to continue his education. He chose to relocate to Washington, D.C., where a relative had offered him working managing a construction company. Several odd jobs followed until the summer of 1962, when he was offered a job as a technician with the U.S. Department of Commerce. The work that followed ignited a passion in Person that still persists. He was assigned to maintain the drum rolls recording earthquake readings at the National Earthquake Information Center, which was part of the Department of Commerce at the time. Because he was curious about what the wiggly lines on the machines meant, he was compelled to take up earthquake studies. Realizing that career prospects were limited as a technician, Person took up graduate studies while continuing his technical duties at the National Information Earthquake Center. From 1962 to 1973, he held that position and simultaneously completed graduate work at American University and George Washington University. His supervisors increasingly assigned him more challenging tasks that he performed well, gaining notice among his peers at work. Soon he was qualified as a geophysicist and transferred to the U.S. Geological Survey's National Earthquake Information Center in Colorado. In 1977, Waverly J. Person was named director of the Colorado National Earthquake Information Center, a position he still holds. As his career progressed, Person was not immune to the skeptics who questioned why, as a black man, he chose a field not traditionally associated with African Americans. A scholar who regularly publishes in academic journals and is out in the field, he bases his reputation on the ability to get the job done. Following are comments by Person regarding his rise to prominence, as published in Contemporary Black Biography. Quote, "Anytime you're breaking new ground, you've got to take a lot, do a lot. People were always asking, why do you want to get into this field? Why do you want to get into this field? They wondered how I would do as their colleague on the same level as they were. Anything I did that was professional or scientific, I was always expected to do better or more. But I was one that never gave up, no matter what anyone would say. I had my goals set to what I was going to do. Nothing was going to stop me. Once you get to respectability, people don't see your color anymore. They see you as an individual who knows what you're doing and they accept you for that." Unquote. The National Earthquake Information Center monitors earthquakes all around the world in order to locate the tremor, determine its size, and pass that information along to emergency crews. The immediacy of this operation is enhanced by a connection with the North American Air Defense Command, which alerts state officials who in turn contact local communities. As director of the center, Person often appears in the national and international media as the scientific expert presenting background information and what to expect after an earthquake occurs. He also performs the managerial functions of budgeting, staffing, and overseeing the numerous publications the National Earthquake Information Center issues. Person has been honored with many distinguished awards throughout his professional life. They include an honorary doctorate in science from St. Paul's College in 1988, Outstanding Government Communicator in 1988, Meritorious Service Award, U.S. Department of Interior in 1989, and in 1990, the Annual Minority Award from the Community Services Department in Boulder, Colorado. His work at the National Earthquake Information Center has been praised by the U.S. Department of the Interior with an outstanding performance rating in the years 1990, 1991, 92, 93, and 1994. A member of the Seismological Society of American, a member of the Seismological Society of American since 1965, he has served as treasurer of the Eastern Section since 1968. He has also been a member of the American Geophysical Union since 1975. The Colorado School of Mines admitted Person as an honorary member in 1991. In his hometown of Boulder, Colorado, he is well known through his association since '72 with the Flatirons Kiwanis Club, including serving as a past president, and as a member of the board of directors of Boulder County Crime Stoppers, which he joined in 1986. Since 1962, Waverly J. Person has been monitoring earthquakes and is still fascinated by the subject. As he commented in Emerge magazine, quote, "No two earthquakes are alike. It's never a dull moment because earthquakes are occurring all over the world, and we are working to find out where all the different seismic zones are. It's something you just love to do because you continue to learn." Citations are in the description.